what's kind of the end game for us? Like, what's the positive scenario where you see this evolving, right? You can look at from your own perspective. I mean, from the avatar perspective, I kind of get it. But kind of, globally from an AI perspective, what will happen?
From the avatar perspective, I think the end goal is that you can make like a movie from home, right?
Yeah.
Without any actors. Global AI, it's a tough question. I don't think anybody knows. You have two sides. Like it's a huge danger for the humanity, or it's it will take all the work from us, and we can think and enjoy it. But so I think there are two different ways that we can go.
Yeah, but I specifically I want to kind of to make you kind of think, like, envision your work in 10 years, like how does your life change, like, and in a positive scenario. Because when I think about how I work less,
That's for sure. But
I work less, I can work on stuff that's more impactful. And for me, the number one thing that AI does in my, let's say, dreams is it takes away all the stupid chores that I need to do, all the work-related things that really have no value. I'll book those tickets, order that, organize that, don't forget about that, do that. And it's like all the stuff that's preventing me to really work focused, right? That's my scenario.
But that's quite near, I think. That's quite near to have that. To have to like remove 50% of your work.
Yeah,
it's quite near.
Yeah,
I mean, with the ChatGPT, if you know how to prompt correctly and you train ChatGPT, you can get close with especially with all the plugins that they have in the store. So what will you do if you have 80% more time in work?
Oh, for me it's easy, I did this from two different perspectives. First off, I can do more crazy things in terms of work, like try out new ideas. I have an idea, I can try it out, test it, see if it works, kind of trial and error. The second thing is I can spend more time on stuff like this, like, creating content, talking to people, perhaps things that bring me more joy. And I also believe that our work-life balance will change, right? We will be able to, because we're more rewarded in work, we are able to work more focused. We can spend more time working with people on the things that matter. We're more rewarded in work. That also improves our daily lives, And in the end, it's a very much a net positive for all of us.
Creative stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. The creative stuff, if we are lucky enough that we are going this path, then you have more time to do creative stuff. But I never answered this question to myself is what will people do if they have more time?
Mm-hmm.
All people are not creative. Whether people start making, stupid, dangerous things. Yeah. So that's I think it's we need an agency that will keep us safe. And the question is, who is this agency? Because I'm afraid that it's not the government, because it may be so that's
I mean, we've been discussing this, AI security and AI safety, and we've had this topic back and forth, and it's a complex topic, lots of complex questions that we can't even imagine to answer in next 10 minutes. So my question is more of like, if you kind of draw the line and you say, okay, what do I view as a kind of an end game for my work, for my life, not as a creator of AI, but how AI will impact your life. What's your take? What's going to happen from this point onwards?
let's go with on a positive note, right? I think in my day-to-day tasks, everything that is repeatable will be taken up by the AI. I hope that the AI can even predict the sickness, the illness that you have, or predict it based on your DNA. Or I'm not really an expert on that, but health is very important. Health and mental health as well. So help people with imagine that you can have your personal therapist. AI has all the knowledge and the use cases. So I think that's one of the personal stuff. Ordering pizza. I think there is Pizza Hut and a drone companies were already doing it in Australia. So all this labor heavy stuff. In the industries, as I said before, I think the warehouses will be totally on autopilot, very efficient, right? Manufacturing, for example, imagine you have a huge spending on the machines that you're using. What if you can predict when it will go wrong, ahead of time, so you can save again a lot of money. So I think, again, on a positive note, I think it will help in all industries will be disrupted. Even those that are we think, okay, we still have to build a house, but you already have a machine that can build a house in 2 days. So based on your personal preferences, so I think all the industries will be affected. But it's hard to predict what will happen in 10 years.
So especially with the rate of innovation, with the rate of change. And I think that the best suggestion probably for today is kind of be open-minded and track what the tools out there are, because it's a huge difference if you're using them or if you're not using them. And in terms of your kind of personal experience or you being productive, it's really important that you're on top of this, and because it's gonna really improve. It has the potential to really improve your life.
Exactly. It's not that you have to learn how to code or be super expert, but be always in trends with what's happening in the AI, so you understand how can you apply it in your daily life, in business and in your daily life. So I think it's very important to get this education. The question is what will happen with people when they get older. So we are, I think, the generation that will still keep up with the speed. But what about our parents? They don't really get what's happening with the AI, and I think that's a field that again an agency or somebody has to take over.
Yeah. So I think it's nothing new. To be very honest, it's like with every technology. I remember that when we got the cell phones and, using an iPhone today, it's like second nature to us, right? Ask my parents, let alone my grandparents, how good, to do something, to do something advanced on the phone. It's going to be the same with AI. So,
but boomers took over the Facebook now. So,
yeah, sure.
Got the technology quite fast.
Sure. I believe that similar things will happen to AI as well. It's, the ergonomics will change, the user experience will change, the interfaces will adapt, and if there's value, for somebody, I do believe that the product will exist. And
one thing that I think we should mention is that the size and the magnitude of the content that will be created with the AI, text or video or image, and mostly it will be bunch of useless content, and with useless content comes also the fake news. So I think that's one thing that we will have to be very, very careful, because when you wake up, you open your phone, you see either Instagram or TikTok, and you get content that is generated by an AI now with the human touch, but maybe in the future AI creating its own content. So that's something that I think we have to be very, very careful now.
Again, from my perspective, I kind of believe that, we adapt, right? And even if you look at ChatGPT, when you started working using ChatGPT, you were so amazed by the text that it can provide, like with all the stuff that it does for you. And then like over time, if I get an office email, I can tell which one was done by ChatGPT and which one was done by a human person. So I think, I believe that through the help of the technology that you mentioned, and all that, we will adapt to the challenge of the AI.
And I think it was also a little bit of a hype, as you mentioned. ChatGPT is great, but to get the perfect email out that you don't really recognize that it's an AI, you really need to know, how to prompt it correctly. And I got a lot of emails, like ChatGPT generated emails, and it's worse than even
bad English.
Yes, yeah.